right, episode 54. We're here with a very special guest, up and rising talent, Mai Luu.
Hello.
Mai Luu recently went to her first ever mixed martial arts showcase, which is Gods of Martial Arts 9, that was in Hồ Tràm. And not only that, she had the courage to do interviews by herself to people who were there watching the event. What a legend already at such a young age. Mai Luu, what was that experience like at Gods of Martial Arts?
To be honest, it was really fun and I loved how I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to be able to interview such amazing people, such as a really famous model, and overall just people that know each other and help each other to set up the event. And it was really nice seeing that I got to see firsthand experience of the fight instead of watching it online. And I loved how the placement and all the decoration was and how everything was set up. It actually reminded me a lot of UFC.
Yes. Yeah, Gods of Martial Arts, they do an incredible job. You know, it's certainly the gold standard here in Vietnam for presentation and cinematography for martial arts events. What was kind of the feeling that you had when you were at Gods of Martial Arts?
When I was at God's Martial Art, to be honest, I was really excited because I went with my good friend Mia, and we both walked around exploring. We were mostly at between the food area and our seats, but it was really nice because I had such an excited feeling knowing that I'm having this opportunity to be able to interview people, be friends with new people, and actually get to know everyone else at the area, to know how things work.
Yeah, absolutely. Last question before we continue. What was it like to do your first ever interviews? I know that, when I started podcasting just a couple years ago, there's a little bit of nervousness involved, and you're approaching people you don't know. What was that experience like? Because as I remember, it was just 5 minutes before the show, and I just handed you the mic, and you said, find some, good luck, find some people to interview. What was that like before you approached the first person you ever interviewed?
To be honest, I'm a really outgoing person. I'm not really introvert or anything like that. So when you handed me the mic and said, good luck, go find people, interview literally anyone, I was like, all right, it's pretty easy because I'm not shy or anything. I like to talk to people and get to know them. So when I was just walking around, I just saw whoever piqued my attention, whoever I wanted to interview, and I had a feeling that they were the right person to interview. I was like, why not? Let's go and interview them. So when I was standing there right next to my friend Mia, who was recording for me for the reel, I saw a model coming by, and a lot of Mia's friends were there. A lot of the adults, they were telling me to go and interview her because she's a famous model. And when I saw her, I had that feeling that I was like, okay, I need to interview her. She's the perfect candidate to interview. So I just went up to her, I talked to her, I saw it was pretty fun. Everything was nice, and she actually answered all the questions correctly, which I'm really surprised about because usually people don't know how to answer questions in an interviewee way.
Wow, fantastic. And so we got to give it up for her at the young age, 16, 17 years old. 16 years old. She's already has a mind for media and has the courage to do it. And we're proud to have her. And this is an announcement, folks, to have her as the first ever female MC for grappling matches here in Vietnam. This is a huge step for martial arts here in Vietnam, and as we've never had an MC for an in-ring MC for grappling matches, and she will do this next Sunday, November 9th, at Saigon SuperFights V. Saigon SuperFights V, as you guys know, will be the first ever Saigon SuperFights to blend both grappling and boxing matches. So if you are competing, you have the honor of having Mai Luu introduce you right before you enter the ring. Now, Mai Luu, the community is interested. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, your passions, what would you like to do in life, and things that you get excited about.
So you guys know me. You guys might know me as Mai Luu. My passions mostly are motorcycling, going to gym, and sports. I love sports. But I also love going out, interviewing people, and actually being an influencer a little bit. So my old dream jobs was to be either a soccer player or to be a lawyer, and I still want to be a lawyer. Don't get me off on that. But to be honest, I'm more starting off on the influencer type of theme. I kind of want to be an influencer first, get like, get me out there, everyone knows me, and then maybe I'll start doing like business or lawyer. So yeah.
Wow, fantastic! And I think this role here you have as the MC, Saigon SuperFights is a great way to kind of experiment with, being on media, being an influencer in that area, right? And if you can speak on camera, you can pretty much do that in any industry. So now as we move forward to Saigon SuperFights, which is going to be less than 2 weeks from now, you're going to be inside the ring, and you'll be introducing the fighters. Right? We've got fighters from grappling and boxing gyms from all throughout Saigon. And these are both Vietnamese local athletes and foreign athletes. So it's a great mix of cultures and a great way to kind of advance the martial arts community here in Saigon and in Vietnam. So what are your feelings about being the MC next weekend?
To be honest, I'm really fucking nervous. I'm so nervous, bro. This is like my first, this is like the time where I need to lock in. Because when I was doing interview in that, GMA? The GMA fight, I was like, it's okay. If I fuck up, I can just delete that video and do it again. But no, when I'm being the MC for Saigon SuperFights next Sunday, I'm really nervous because if I mess up, I can't just redo it, But I feel like it's my first time being MC, my first time doing something really big. So I was like, it's okay. If I mess up, people won't know I mess up unless I say it out. So if I mess up on the names or anything like that, I'm just gonna learn from it, lock in more, and just maybe next time when I go back in the ring, I'll know what to say and how to say it better.
Yeah, what a great attitude. To put your mind at ease, you can ask Johnny. I have messed up on a much bigger scale. Much bigger. I have done things that are way worse and much less forgivable. So, and he wasn't too hard on me. So just remember, Saigon SuperFights a little bit more laid back. No one's gonna really notice. The fact that you're there, people are gonna appreciate it. So you could pretty much, it doesn't matter what you do unless you punch someone in the face. Okay, which would even make it even better show, right? You're gonna be okay. And we might have one other one to help out if you want to partner to switch back and forth. That way you're not alone, and you have another female there who is in the martial arts community to kind of team up with.
All right.
Right. Okay. So you're going to be doing that. What are your thoughts on? Since this is going to be a much smaller venue, Gods of Martial Arts is much bigger than Saigon SuperFights, as we all know. So there may be about 100 people there in a small space, and we've got a good representation of the grappling community, and now the boxing community will be there. We're going to have some vendors there selling candles and things like that. What are your thoughts on? And I'm putting you on the spot here. I know. Maybe doing a couple interviews with some folks. During and after the show. What are your thoughts on that? Some short 1-minute interviews.
I mean, I did interviews before at GMA, so I'm not really too worried about doing interviews at Saigon SuperFights between the show or after the show. I think a lot of the people that are going to be there I might know and I might be friends with already, so I might be able to interview them. Or I can be a risk taker and I can go and interview people that I don't know yet, don't know one thing about, but that's how you get one of the best interviews. Sometimes you interview people you don't know and they come up with way better answers than people that you already know.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And you can always ask, when you're interviewing, you don't know who you're interviewing or where they're from or what they've done, their experience or anything. You can always ask them, hey, how does this event make you feel? Mm-hmm. Why did you come to this event? Who did you come to watch? What was your favorite fight in Saigon SuperFights V? So I got to ask. I know that you're I know the feeling of right when you go to a big event. It's hard to think past, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Things like that. I promise you it's going to be super easy. You're going to have a little card with you. You can read off the card. It's okay. And you'll be okay. What are you most excited about? Watching the boxing matches or the grappling matches? Keep in mind it's going to be in a Muay Thai ring.
To be honest, I might be a little more excited on the boxing because I used to do boxing at UFC gym before it turned into California. So I think I'm gonna be really excited and really locked in watching the show for the boxing, even though I haven't watched much grappling before, but it would be really exciting for me to watch a little bit of both on everything so I can get a better understanding and experience firsthand there.
Yeah, that's a what a great answer. And as you know what you saw last time was MMA, mixed martial arts, and mixed martial arts pretty much you can do anything. There's elements of boxing, grappling, wrestling, Muay Thai, every martial art in the world all come together on one stage. Here, the reason we do Saigon Super Fights is to give a platform on which people can practice all those different modalities, all those different martial arts in a competitive environment where they can improve their grappling skills, improve their boxing in parallel so they can become a good MMA fighter. And another thing that Saigon Super Fights does is provide a platform on which you can compete without having to go to Thailand or Malaysia or spend a bunch of money to compete overseas because we don't have a lot of tournaments, competitions for martial arts here in Vietnam unless you want to go pro. And a lot of people aren't ready to go pro, but they want to do something, right? So we have a few matches where they are pro MMA fighters, but it's their first ever grappling match, right? So that being said, how does that change your view on what this event is going to be like?
I like how Saigon Super Fights has like a little mixture of both the grappling and wrestling and stuff like that. Um, I think it really gives like the immature fighters like an opportunity to really test out their strengths for both. It's not just boxing, but it's also a mix of like everything that Zach talked about. So I feel like this is a really good opportunity for immature fighters if they want to go pro. They can start in Saigon Super Fights first. I would recommend to do that so they can have like a taste of everything and then they can really know what they want to do and they have experience already so they can go pro and then maybe they can go outside of the country to fight and they'll have experience because they went to Saigon Super Fights in Vietnam.
Oh, what a great answer! Isn't she just an absolute natural? Okay, okay. So this is a platform for you as well. Saigon Super Fights is a platform for anyone who has talents to contribute to the growth of grappling and martial arts here in Vietnam. And you're a big part of this. You're a big part of this because it's a show first. And as we know, grappling it by itself isn't the most exciting thing to watch. Truthfully, I'm a grappler myself, wrestler first, but grappling isn't the most exciting thing to watch. It's really not. So Saigon Super Fights makes it exciting. We make it exciting by adding DJs, by adding prize money, by adding key influential characters like Mai Luu to make the event even more exciting. Now, that being said, this is people are going to be coming to watch you too. Who are some people in your mind that you can think of who might come to watch Mai Luu in her debut Emcee performance?
To be honest, I'm not too sure, but I really hope my friends from Anan come there, like Wagen, Emma, Tevan, like Mia, let's say like Timai also, those people that I know and I'm friends with, I hope they can come. And to be honest, maybe some friends from school. I don't really know if they go to these things, but I just hope that I see people that I know and people that I don't know. But if there's people there that I know, I would really appreciate it because I would be really excited and I think they would give me more confidence to go up on stage. And if I'm nervous, I can just look at them while talking. But it's also good to like maybe sometimes don't have people there that you don't know because it'll really give you that resilience that you can talk while being like surrounded around like 100 people not knowing who they are. But yeah, I'm also excited to see people that I don't know there so I can maybe interview them later or maybe they can interview me or I can talk with them and get to know them on another level like my friends.
Yeah. Actually, we're definitely going to interview you after the show. Interview you.
Really?
Yes, of course. It's a fresh perspective, so that's a great idea. I know that there will be a mix of people you do and don't know. I guarantee you that. So that'll be good. All right. I think that pretty much wraps most of it up. Is there anything else you'd like to say while the world's watching?
I'd just like to say thank you everyone who's going to be coming to the Saigon Super Fights this next Sunday. I appreciate everyone that's coming, and whoever can't make it, still thank you so much for supporting Zach and every one of us. And we hope to see you there next Sunday.
Awesome. A great job on your first podcast. Let's give it up for Mai Luu. Yes. Hey, see you guys next Sunday, November 9th. Starts at 11:30 at Ram Muay Thai in Taodian. All right, let's go.